We'll be continuing our alternate future of the world series. As you know, there's a big war in Asia. But finally, after a while of it, this totalitarian Russia decides to annex some more territory. As you can see, they're getting stronger. But it doesn't make a difference. Now let's go to the real part of the video. The biggest deal in the video. Brazil and Grand Colombia decide to go on an expansionist campaign. Because they're imperialist against the democracies. Africa's just chilling. They haven't really had much problems, except maybe the European Federation. I mean, it is totalitarian, so yeah. These nations think they can win this war, honestly. They might not be thinking. With them moving into Uruguay, and from Paraguay in, and taking Argentina's panhandle and moving down into Chile, they move up into the North American Union. And well, that's a big deal. For the North American Union, it is. As they're slowly getting pushed back against Argentina, against the South American Federation. Brazil is making speed, the Brazilian Empire. And well, it's left down to Patagonia. And well, Argentina didn't really have a chance against it. That's what happened. Now their advance against North America, the North American Union's really slow. Now they get up here, but finally the North American Union just starts pushing them back. Slowly. They end a stalemate for a bit, then they move again. And with the first goal of this invasion too, one to get to Bogota, which is about this way, and the other is gone to get to Quito. That's the first two operations. Bogota gets encircled as these forces are about to get to Lima to capture that city. They take it. And well, after taking Bogota, they quickly take Quito. And well, they move like this. And then they move into towards Caraquat to take that city. And now their front line's about this. Brazil attempts to break through, but they kind of fail. Well, they invade from here now, and into the Guianas, which they want to liberate, I guess. And well, they capture the coast of this country. And the war becomes on front lines like this. With the American forces moving into Peru, Brazil is surprised at their losses, as they're starting to lose ground. And while Peru, as they managed to have Lima taken from them in an encirclement. I thought I did that wrong for a second. With well in the north, they decided to retreat to about here. They retreat to about there to hold on to their country. And they're still claiming they're on the victorious side because they occupy all this land. But an American landing manages to occur and take both Uruguay's and Argentina's capitals, with making another landing which moves up the coast, quickly taking Santiago, the capital of Chile, with Brazilian troops quickly withdrawing to there. To hold this front line, they believe their best bet is to make a stalemate. But guess what? They get pushed back from the stalemate. And back. And back. Yes, they get pushed back. Yes, they get pushed back even more. And now, Argentina and Chile has their armies back. And with the Americans moving deeper into Brazil, Brazil's failures to counter-offend against the United North American Union is being noticeable as Americans move in and quickly take Sucre, and then they connect with the rest of the front here. As they move into southern Brazil, they advance to about there as it comes time to liberate Paraguay. Oh wait, Uruguay is part of Argentina. And then they take La Paz. And while Brazil doesn't like this, as they get pushed back towards their cities, and then their capital is taken, Brasilia. And while they don't want to surrender, but they've realized there's nothing they can really do against it. So this is going to be a harsh treaty because, well, they couldn't do anything about it, realistically. So let's see the peace treaty. Colombia, with them freeing every nation from Grand Colombia. But don't worry, there's no fighting on the moon. Nobody felt like it. Nobody felt like it. Nobody even did. As most places are starting to move more off the moon. Well, an alliance gets formed. It's basically an anti-totalitarian alliance. Well, they also have puppets, which is kind of funny to be anti-democratic and have puppets. To be anti-non-democratic, with them attracting Arabia. Yeah, they attract them. The Central African Union and West African Union, I guess. And the rest of the nations, well, they don't think of doing it, which might be their downfall. But you never know. With the guess who is gone to war again. And I mean, they go to war every day. Every day they're at war. And well, Britain, Ireland. And you can see the European Federation, supposedly democratic, but it went totalitarian. And now you don't get a choice of what you do for the society. Yes, it gets worse and worse. But you can't even speak out against anything about the country, with the Egyptian puppet deciding to join, but I don't know what they're going to do to help you. Because they got Turkey. And yeah. And well, the military of this nation's really strong. And well, it does not look good, with the Egyptian puppet getting run out of. And while Egyptian forces are ran all the way to the Suez Canal quickly, and while forces of the European Federation are starting to move in, with the European Federation deciding we don't like Switzerland anymore. Switzerland's a bad nation, so we will annex a nation. Well, people in Switzerland who talk against this, well, they don't talk much long. They talk about 5 sentences at most. And well, talking about out against annexations is also not good. Even if you're an occupied person, you can't do anything against them. With, well, the rate of their military being shocking to all. Everyone's shocked when they see the strength of this army as it takes Khartoum. Even though that's all the way in Darfur. Who cares? It looks like Khartoum enough. Well, it's not only them on expansionism. Someone else is lurking for expansion. Well, there's soon going to be the New World Order. Well, while they're doing nothing, somebody decides to annex some nations. And that nation sure would be Russia. With that happening, as you can see, the European Federation's unstoppable at this point. Same with Russia, to be honest. And India finally, after 10 years of working, they managed to make it possible to annex the rest of the nation of Afghanistan. And you may ask why. Well, one nation's also is lurking around. And well, that was not right. That did not go well. But guess what? They may have just lost a war, but they're not done with showing off their strength. They want every nation in the world to fear them. Yes, we're going to have a big war. And likely there'll be a few sides. It's hard to say, will China side with one? I know India might side with the Americans in the next war. Or they'll side with the totalitarians in Russia. Well, Korea falls pretty fast. So does the Philippines. But now Japan takes a bit longer because they resist more, but they don't manage to push back at all. And this last piece of Korea finally falls. Well, as you can see, this is not a fun world to live in. Well, nothing. There's nothing. You can't do anything. Now, doesn't the totalitarian Russia and totalitarian European Federation ring any bells? I don't know. But now they have Korea, Japan, and the Philippines. Yes, this world is falling apart for sure. And well, what else can we do to make these nations? Well, these nations decide to burn books, every book, because they don't want people to know anything. They just want to control the people. Complete control. Absolute control. Control them more. Control them even more and more and more. Well, the Democratic Alliance expands, with some nations who refuse to join it know what's inevitable and what's about to happen, such as Indonesia. They are not ready for the next war. Well, we got the European Federation, Russia, China, and India. And it's hard to say because Russia wants to expand, but it's going to be hard for them to expand there. So a world war might be on the verge of this series. Well, let's go to the moon. With the Lunar European Federation deciding to join they decided to join the Lunar Republic. Same with Lunar China. This Lunar Republic nation, as you can tell, is trying to take everything over. With Lunar Mali joining them too. The Lunar EAF. And not Lunar Brazil, that doesn't exist. Lunar Egypt. And as you can see, none. It's just one big lunar nation. We don't need the Lunar Republic over there. Where else can I get something? This is taking forever. I finally found Lunar Mali and Lunar EAF. Oops. No, Egypt. Lunar Egypt. And Lunar. Yes, we got it all fixed. The Wild Mapper Empire's planning something, and who knows what it is. But that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, and until you subscribe. Bye, guys!